Hi guys, so this video is about multiplying by a real number. So multiplying a complex number by a real number. So we're going to multiply by both the real part and the imaginary part. So let's look at the example here. So the first example is 3z1. So really what this is saying is it's multiplying 3 by z1, so whatever z1 is. And it tells us up here that z1 is 2 plus 3i. So really what it's telling us to do is we're going to put a 3 outside the bracket and we're going to put 2 plus 3i. So that's 3 multiplied by z1 really. And then we're just going to multiply in. So 3 multiplied by 2 would be 6. And then 3 multiplied by the 3i would be plus 9i. So that's what 3z1 would be. So 3z1 is 6 plus 9i. So we're just multiplying 3 by both the real part and the imaginary part. Second one looks a little bit more complicated here. We have to do 2z1 and then we have to add it on to 4z2. So let's just look after the 2z1 first. So we're going to do 2 multiplied by z1, and z1 in this case is 2 plus 3i. So if I'm to multiply out that, then 2 times 2 is 4, and then 2 times 3i would be 6i. So that's our 2z1. Let's have a look at the 4z2 then. So 4z2 would be 4 multiplied by z2, and z2 in this case is 5 minus I. So 4 multiplied by 5 would be 20, and then 4 multiplied by minus I. Remember there's an invisible 1 there, so it means minus 1i. So 4 multiplied by minus 1 would be minus 4, so minus 4i. And then what it's telling us to do in the middle here is to add the two of them together. So I'm just going to add the two of them together. And again, if you think back to when you looked at adding and subtracting complex numbers, you're going to put the real parts together and put the imaginary parts together. So the real parts are 4 and 20, so 4 plus 20. And the imaginary parts are 6i and minus 4i. So 6i plus minus 4i, which would be just minus 4i. Put the plus in the middle, so 4 plus 20 would be 24, and 6i minus 4i would be 2i. So that's our final answer there then, 24 plus 2i. So there's 4 different questions here then, if you just want to pause the video and have a go at the 4 of them. So z1 in this case is 1 plus 2i, and z2 is 5 minus 2i. So the first one anyway, all you have to do is just do 3 multiplied by z1, and z1 is just 1 plus 2i. So we're just going to do 3 times 1, which is 3, and 3 times 2i, which is 6i. So 3 plus 6i is our answer there. Second one is just telling us to do z1 plus z2. So z1 is 1 plus 2i, and z2 is 5 minus 2i. And it's just telling us to add those two things together. So if you put the real parts together, we get 1 plus 5, and you put the imaginary parts together, it's 2i plus minus 2i, so minus 2i. So 5 plus 1 is 6, and then 2i, take away 2i, that would be 0i. And you can just leave out that part altogether then, so you can just say final answer is 6. Third one, we have to do 2z1 minus z2. So 2 multiplied by z1, z1 is 1 plus 2i. And then we have to take away z2, so z2 is 5 minus 2i. If we just multiply out the 2z1 part anyway, so 2 multiplied by 1 is 2, and 2 multiplied by 2i is 4i. Just take a look carefully again what's happening here. We're subtracting 5 minus 2i, so subtracting the 5 would just be minus 5, but then because we're subtracting a negative, so we're doing minus minus, so it's minus minus 2i. So minus minus will become plus, so it'll be minus 5 plus 2i. And then if we put the real parts together, we have 2 minus 5, and we're to put the imaginary parts together, it's plus 4i plus 2i. So 2 minus 5 is minus 3, and 4i plus 2i would be 6i. So that's our final answer then. The last part then, we have z1 minus 3z2. So z1 is just 1 plus 2i. And then we have to do minus 3 times what z2 is. So z2 is 5 minus 2i. So 1 plus 2i just stays the same because nothing really happens in it. And then minus 3 times 5 would be minus 15. And then minus 3 multiplied by minus 2i, we have a minus multiplied by a minus here, so that's going to become a plus. So it's going to be 6i. So just be really careful with your negative numbers here. And then if we just put them together again, so we have 1 minus 15, that's when we put our real parts together. And then our imaginary parts would be plus 2i plus 6i. So 1 minus 15 would be minus 14. And 2i plus 6i is 8i. So minus 14 plus 8i is final answer here.